Hello, and welcome to the Unapologetically For Truths podcast with your hosts, Lakeisha Fry and Jessica Bennett. Here at For Truths, we hold space for real conversations with a mission to explore, unpack, and find resolve for topics that impact our communities most. We saved you, our listeners, a seat at the table, and that fourth seat, that offers us all the spiritual guidance from the Most High. To stay in tune with what's true to us, make sure you subscribe to all of our social media channels at Unapologetically For Truths. Now let's get into it. Hello again. Welcome to Unapologetically For Truths. I am Lakeisha. We have Jessica. We are at week 4 of our relationship subject. How you doing, Jess?
Hi.
New hair. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel you, Kish. I see the lashes.
Oh, wait. No.
Anna
They need to
in
be touched up. We're not going to focus.
ABL is in the house.
So we are coming to the end of our topic on relationships. We have had a great 3 weeks so far. We wanted to do a final recap slash add any additional things that we think would add to the conversation. If you have not already seen the first 3 episodes, please go watch. I think there are very, very great important context in all 3 of those episodes. One is a little lengthy, bear with us, but please watch it because it has lots of good info in there. It's the one with the fellas. They got on there with us. They shared their insights. It was such a great episode, and I really did learn a lot. I don't know if you felt the same, Jess.
Look, I am so glad to have a balance of we're gonna have them back. We're gonna have them back.
Yeah.
I felt like it's just not when we talk about relationship, Dr. Fry, and having a better understanding that we're not saying that we don't want men not to pay their bills because they are the head. But what we are saying that we are a support system for that man and the purpose for his life. And then you had the OG, you had Steele in the house,
Yes.
you had Glenn in the house, you had Allen in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
they come in with grit, they come in with balance. It's not no right or wrong,
Right.
it's everybody's truth. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that brought it home. That brought it home for us.
Absolutely. And my takeaway from that episode, and this is me talking to the fellas right now on behalf of the fellas. Hopefully, I do them justice. But my takeaway is if you can't give 100%, it's okay. That's what your mate is for. That is what your mate is for. Now,
Hello?
however,
Excuse me, ma'am? What did you say? No.
if you can't give 100%, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. So you don't have to mirror that. It's okay to grow and to learn and to do what you and your partner feel is best
Mhm.
and go in that way, whatever works best for your household. But I love that in the end, I believe there was an agreement in that episode from the male point of view that it's okay if you're not 100.
Mhm.
Let your person be 60, 50, 40, 10, whatever it is that you guys agree on and that works well in that household. I just thought that was very important. And I also love what Mr. Steele said. What I took from some of the things that he said basically is that if you can't give your 100%, you can fill that void in other ways.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
Let me think of other ways I can help around a house. He built a whole house.
A
A
whole
whole
house.
house.
Say it again. A whole
Whole house.
2,700 square feet, 90% he built.
Yes. A whole house. Believe us, if you have not watched that episode, please do. It was last week's episode, The Male Point of View. It really is inspiring, enlightening. It really did help out a lot. So those were some of the big things that stuck with me. And not only do you have to build a house, I mean, if your wife is doing, 10% more than she's used to help you out, then maybe you can cook dinner.
Mhm.
Or maybe you can take the kids to wherever they need to go, or there's some way you can fill the void, or just rub her back when she gets home, give her attention.
You're right.
It doesn't have to be physical, it doesn't have to be financial. There
Mm-hmm.
are different ways to make sure that you both are putting in equal amounts, although it's not literally equal, but you both are putting in enough to
Mm-hmm.
where you're making your home whole.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the biggest thing I took from
Mhm.
that.
And like you said, we're not trying to be equal as
Mhm.
far as I'm not competing with you, boo.
Yeah.
I'm not competing with because you know what I'm saying with Dr. Fry. I do not want to go and stick needles in people. I'm not competing with Dr. Fry. You know what I'm saying? We're not competing, but what we are is accomplishing, again, I'm always going to say that, the plan of God have for our life.
Mhm.
And to reiterate what you're saying, we're not asking you to be 100%.
Right.
If it was for the man or the woman to be 100%, God would not call that woman to be the helpmate.
Right.
If,
Very
if
true.
you was if God, only person that's 100% in this world is Jesus. I'm just saying, we all flaw. We're not to carry the burden alone. The Bible said that two is better than one, and then He
Mm.
did not make man to be alone. But we in this society, and just gonna go there where we don't have to, we no ring, we don't need the ring to ding ding. But I was taught that if you can go get a driver license, if you can go get a fishing license, you can go get a license from me. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying a license to drive recklessly,
Mhm.
a license to go and be and hooked up with the wrong person, as we're talking about toxic relationships.
Right.
Just because, and then and then stop allowing people to co-sign you in wrong.
There you go.
What you need is what God is saying for your life at that time. If
Mhm.
God's telling you to go to school for that time and get in a relationship with Him, that is what He's saying. You do not. I'm not caught up in, and we can get as women, or being married but not being married. Dr. Frank, that makes sense. Wanting a
Absolutely.
husband, wanting the persona, the look of a husband. But baby, let them trials hit you. You want to get in the car and go in reverse.
To go a different angle for a second, when I watched back the last episode, I realized that Glenn, he asked us a question, and I started off the question and I misunderstood. So when I watched back the video, I realized that, oh, that was not the original question. So we answered the question that I feel was very helpful, necessary, needed to be heard, which was, can you teach a man to lead? But when you watch back the video, he actually asks, can you follow a man who can't lead? Now, I feel those are two totally different questions. And I wish that I realized that that was actually what he was asking, but both are very good questions that I feel, add depth to the conversation. But what do you think about that?
I think when a man cannot lead, if you are a praying woman, but first of all, I'm not going to be engaged in any kind of relationship. First thing I want to do is be a friend. I want to be a friend to that person. But you need to encourage the man to lead. And you're like, well, I don't know how. When you call yourself dating and getting that research from that man, if you see that man household mother or father
Hmm.
that's off and what type of time they got going on, you need to evaluate that's why that man cannot lead. Because that man or that woman is a product of their environment and or experiences. So it's not because God put in the man to innate to lead, but the shortcomings is from the experience in the household.
Hmm.
So you cannot really follow a man that are not sure of themselves, but you can encourage that man when you see they're not in, you got to be a bold and strong woman in faith in God. Hey, I love you, but I think you just need to sit down and we just need to, be good friends, and you need to find out what God is saying, because God will teach you to lead.
Yeah.
Right. But you got it got to be downloaded. I mean, I have brothers and I have uncles and nephews, and I can sit back. I said, man, y'all need a healing.
Yeah.
One thing I can say about my father who died, Dr. Fry, when I was 15,
Hmm.
he was surely a leader. I saw a man get up every morning at 70. He was 30 years older than my mom. Ain't nothing wrong with the age, y'all. And he would get up if the car didn't crank. My 70-year-old, because he had me in his 60s. My 70-year-old, I'm still 25.
You almost
My,
slipped. Almost. Go ahead, sis.
I'm there. Oh, you see,
Mhm.
I mean, I can be in Kenya one day and be on Beverly Hills. Today I'm in Beverly Hills today. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm an island girl. I'm an island girl. But my dad was 30 years older than my mom. And I saw this man get up every morning, rain, sleet, or shine, where the car work and went to work and provided for the house in relationship. Because this will bridge out how they treat their wives.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I love that. I've heard that before. I think it's true.
Okay.
I feel personally I do different with my child, but I don't have a son, so it's hard to say if I had a daughter and a son and or just a son, would I have raised them differently? But I see that a lot.
Mhm.
And I understand why to a certain extent because, men young black males growing up, if we're talking about the black community, growing
Mhm.
up in a society where they, can easily be targeted.
Mhm.
And I see that protection. I also see just, mama's baby, uh,
That is maybe.
right.
I'm just saying. I'm just
But
saying because the identity of that man come from that father.
it, it,
Okay.
well, I challenge that
Go ahead, truth.
on behalf of Mr. Steele because he said he feels his mother taught him a lot of his leadership qualities in his relationship, not his father. His father taught him how to be a man,
Mhm.
but he said, am I correct? He learned to lead through his mother, or she instilled a lot of those qualities into him, actually.
But Mr. Steele is an OG Mississippi man.
But it's possible, is my
I'm
point.
not saying he back in the
It's possible.
he back there cutting out. He ain't had no choice. He was back there cutting lumber. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think it's the influence of outside of the home, societal influence, influence of other family members, influence of the parent they spend the most time with. I think a lot of that has a lot to do with it. And if you have a hands-off parent, then you're missing some of those necessary skills in the foundation of who you are as a leader because you did not get the lessons that may have been necessary for you to learn. And what I mean by hands-off parent, it could be a parent who, didn't really discipline or didn't really teach the lessons or just kind of let them be and figure it out on their own. That may be why we have, some men who do not have leadership skills. And of course, we are women speaking on, this from the female perspective, but just putting everything
I,
together.
I think we're very capable of speaking it from a man, because I have told people I know, why are you trying to be something that you are? God has put that lion, if you
Hmm.
want to, in that man.
Hmm.
God, that's why they have a sense of protection. But you see what you say about Mr. Steele, but his mother pushed him out to go cut the trees down, to cut the lumber. See what he did? He went out there, you guys. got the tree, cut the lumber, shaved the tree, got the wood, and built the house.
He did.
I was
He
like, where, like they said, where the fans at? Where the man's at?
did. That's my song. Don't start nothing, sis. Work. Where's my fan?
Where the man? Where the man at? I'm like, where the fans? I'm like, where the man? I'm like, Miss Charlotte. Yeah, I don't listen to the whole song because they got a little wine in there. I don't drink, just don't drink. But to each his own. I'm not saying it's sin. I'm not saying
Oh
it can't go for my
man.
life in my relationship with the Father. But
Yes.
I'm like, where the man's at? He done put the toilet in. I mean, my whole mind, my whole business mind done went from I said, well, my goodness, he done had about 5 armor trucks. My mind was so deep in the conversation. I was like, but where the men at? The men are here.
They're
And
here.
I just want to challenge the men, Dr. Fry. Come up. Come up. Be your individual self in God. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Because when you walk with when you walk with the self-worth in God, see, when you walk with your own self, it ain't about being pride. Because God gonna knock you down every time.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk in the confidence in God, and He's gonna be like, God, I don't know what I'm doing. God said, I'm gonna show you what to be a man. I'm gonna show you what to do. Even in women, this pull from the men. Even in women, when we were
Hmm.
talking about Dr. Fry, well, we don't need. We want. I want my man to pay the bills. Please do. Let me take a look. How hard? Please do. But what we're saying, baby, we got you. I didn't go to Burlington factory and spend all your money. I was on travel and trading. Then we can
Right.
travel and
Right.
trade.
I was making it grow.
I'm making it grow.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jessica, I'm ready to date, to married.
Ooh. Okay, sis.
Okay, okay, all the things, to marry.
Hmm.
But I'm just letting you know, I made $600 last week in trading. Woohoo! I'm
Don't
just saying.
play.
We look, we wrapping it up. I'm just saying that your money is not gonna be flushed down the toilet. I'm not trying to take care of the whole family. I'm trying to take care of us. That we
Yes.
can be a legacy to the generation coming behind us.
Hmm.
We don't need to be a family that burn up every dime that we get, and then all we have is the couch that we sit on and the car we drive.
Yeah.
That's not living.
Absolutely not.
And I was telling somebody today, Dr. Fry, I am working to not work.
Absolutely.
I'm working to not work. I mean, you people you always working. I'm working to not work. I got a plan to only work 10 hours a week. I'm on my way there. Might be, but I'm on my way there. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me taking the money from traveling and trading, or trading and travel, or I watched all the things, Richard Fain and Chris and all them people, and trading with Jesus, all the things like that.
Hmm.
Instead of me taking it and, oh my God, where's the next person? Where's the next? Look, take care of yourself. Take care of your body. You see the lashes Dr. Fry got on. You see what I'm saying? You see all the bobs she got. The hair and all. We saying take care of yourself because your husband wants something to look good at. Okay, he wants something to look. He wants the Frederick in the Frederick in Hollywood. Okay, he wants the freaking
They
dresses.
still open?
See him, look him up.
Wink, wink. We getting prepared. We
He
getting
want he
prepared.
want all of that.
Oh, we get.
But I'm in a place I don't have to hide. I do not want to hide bags for my husband and boxes for my husband, and we
Yes.
can what we can, because we are playing efficiency, and it's just not in money. We can't. We plan enough to emotionally support each other. We
Yes.
plan enough to support each other in each other endeavors and goals. We just plain just to be able to sit on the couch and Netflix and chill.
Right. In your frigid to Hollywood lingerie.
And absolutely. I already got the
Absolutely.
red bottle when I wasn't paying. I went when I wasn't budget right, so I got plenty of red bottles in there. I got plenty Louboutins in there. I'm like, when I'm gonna wear them?
Size you wear, sis?
10, 9.5, 10. Maybe
Oh man.
I'm telling you, I got them in there. And then I'd be like, where am I going?
Right, right,
I
right.
got the Jimmy Choos. Where am I going?
And a 10? Next
And
time, get you an 8 just in case.
yeah, I mean, I'm talking about. I probably had them on 15 minutes because my little bougie self. I'm talking about myself in relationship. I'm gonna wear flip floppers inside the church because that's where I'm going. Okay, I'm gonna put them on and walk across the front of the thing and dance and praise God for about 15 minutes, and I'm gonna take them out and put back on my flip floppers.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just
You got a
saying. Make
vision.
it make
You got a
sense.
vision. Yes.
Make it make sense. But when
Right.
me and my husband can plan and go to Italy, go to Greece, go to places, and then not only just go to be going,
Yeah.
culturalize, if that's the word, become familiar with the surroundings and be able to build a house over here and a house over here and be able to give a house away. You
Mm-hmm.
ever thought about that? Us in relationships. Where is your purpose partner in God taking you to? That's a good one.
Mm.
Oh, God, drop that. Drop that.
Purpose partner. I gotta write that down.
Where is your purpose partner in God
Mm-hmm.
taking you to?
Mm.
And they're just saying they're gonna take you to the movies, take you to the store, take you to. They don't have a divided plan when they first. I'm talking about. They should know that when they first meet you. They should know that when they first, because you cannot, if it's not already in you, you can't make it up.
True. True.
You can't make it up. Anything else you got to say, sis?
This kind of piggybacks off what you just said. Where is your purpose partner in God?
Hmm. Hmm.
Making sure that there is a plan that includes you.
Hmm.
I was told recently, and I actually took it as a compliment. I didn't know if it was meant as a compliment, that you pull away when things are not balanced. And this is dating, getting to know somebody new, friendships. Like it's
Hmm.
not just, with
Yeah.
looking for a partner in a relationship. And over time, I've learned that one of my downfalls in relationships, especially romantically, is I come in doing too much. I come in with a lot. I'm oversharing because I'm excited, I want you to learn
Yes.
me. I want to show you who I am and, you know, give you a glimpse of, what
What it's
makes
gonna
me
be?
happy and what's going on with me. And but then I start to realize down the line, well, why am I always the one calling? Why am I the one that always want to do this or that or come up with the ideas or engage? Why am I the one always engaging? And once I realize that I'm at that point or I've done too much, I step back. And so now I take it as a compliment because I feel like I that's part of protecting my peace.
Hmm.
And it's part of me paying attention now. Well, that person may not have been meant for me or meant to be in my life because if it were different, if there were interest, then I feel like in the beginning at least of any relationship, right? The honeymoon phase of any relationship, and this is friendship, dating again,
Well, I
whatever.
call it the honeymoon. I call that the lie. But go ahead.
But
I call that a lie because
in that
I've
phase,
been in something. I said, baby, you want to come
but
get this? Come get it. Come get it. Come
right,
get it. Come get it. Come get it.
right. But in that phase, if you're interested,
It's a lie.
I'm
It's
going to hear from you. I'm going to see you. You're going to be present. I shouldn't have to pull to get attention or
you
get
don't
you to
know
conversate, et cetera, et cetera. So now I'm more laid back, meaning
how.
I
Classes.
just I give what I get in the beginning.
To a point, Dr. Fry, Because if that man do not know who he is
Mm-hmm.
and he's trying to prove a point, he don't know how to call. Because it's
Right.
because he don't know how to when you meet somebody real,
Mm-hmm.
that's what that person really needs. But they don't know what to do with that. They don't know what they still trying to go over there and fix the Chevy with two cars, with two wheels on it.
Mm.
But in their head, it was like, but that one with the lady with me, you know, the partner with the four tires can get me further with somebody with two wheels.
Mm-hmm.
They identify that, but they don't react on it because it's more comfortable working on something because you have not, it allows you not to be accountable to work on yourself.
So with that said, I'm now recognizing early on, oh, well, that's not for me.
Yeah,
I'm not for them, they're not for me.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And you got to be a strong enough woman to let somebody go, even though I'm going through a full cycle of like business relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And going and
Mm-hmm.
God's cutting them off because He's like, they're weighing you down. They're not supporting you, the vision that I gave you. And you
Yeah.
know, I was at a major deal, and let's talk about it. I won't go into much detail. A major deal to be cut Friday.
Mm.
And the deal, the people came back to me and said, I want to work with you. I don't want to work with them. I was like, he said, that's the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be able to identify, like you said, Dr. Fry, what is gonna support you or what's
Absolutely.
still trying to be fixed on.
Mm-hmm.
Let the folks get home. Take it, take the Chevy back to the Chevy dealership, which is God.
Quickly to touch on your questioning yourself, why did I do that? Why was I in that relationship?
Mhm.
If you're like me, and I'm sure most women are, you're learning lessons, right? You're
Ooh.
learning lessons from those past quote unquote mistakes,
Mhm.
wrong turns, wrong moves, self-reflection, which I think is important in between any
Mhm.
relationship. You
Mhm.
know, you mend your scars.
Mhm.
And while you're mending those scars, you're finding those answers to why did I do that, why was I not more this and that, but you're
Mhm.
also creating a plan for next go round. So the man is going to lead you, but at the same time you have a foundation as well that will help you along the way, will help you all along the way. But his plan is he's the lead, right? So his plan is the one that you're mostly going to pay attention to. But
Mhm.
now you have these silent rules, and I hate to call them rules. I just can't think of another way to say it for yourself.
Mhm.
I will not tolerate this.
Mhm.
I will give more grace here,
Mhm.
et cetera, et cetera. So, and I definitely have a list now. I never used to have a list when it comes to what I want. And
Got one
it's a
now.
literal list. I'll think about something and it's notes in my
You
phone.
got you got you got non-negotiables.
Non-negotiables. Number one right now is vulnerability.
Okay.
Like it's very important for my forever person, my last, to be vulnerable and to be okay with that with me.
Yes.
Consistent,
Yes.
intentional. It's a long list, but you
No,
get the point.
you need to have the list because you
Yeah.
have built that where you taking me.
Yes. Yes.
Because without the list, I don't know where we're going.
Yes.
Because any road can take us there. But I know
Right.
we're not going around, you're not talking. I'm trying to figure out what's in your head. That's what you're saying.
Right.
I need you to be where it's okay you be a strong black man or any color you are listening to this, any color you are, but a strong black man and say, I need help.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to say, okay, God, I'm going to my wife,
Mm-hmm.
not somebody that I made up and put together and you ain't got the glue in the Play-Doh and made on my own. Because the
Mm-hmm.
house is not big. The Bible said if God don't build a house, it's coming down. It won't stand. But you got to be able to say, well, this is you made me like we were saying before. You made me a helpmate. So the man needs the help. Oh, that's so
Yes.
good. God's saying you need the help because that's why he called her helpmate and bring and call her whoa man. For she can say, whoa. Stop it. Don't do that. Whoa, whoa. Like, don't drive us off the cliff.
Right, right. Well,
Whoa. All right.
you had one more point you said, sis?
Um, know that me and Dr. Fry can say, yes, we are all women. We do not want to be a man at
Yeah.
all. But to reiterate, we are single, ready to be married, and I'm not putting out an invitation. Yeah, but the invitations, God has that. Ready to marry like other women like us that are grinding. And don't be offended that when we come to help you, to nurture you, to care, because that is us. We're people that carry souls and people in our wombs. And we just need you to help navigate that vision and turn that vision to not just a now moment, but to a legacy. Unapologetic for truth.
Wait, wait, wait. Try it again. You promised the people. Name of the
Unapologetic
show
for truth. Like, share, and
and comment.
and
We
Dr.
have
Frank said,
so
comment. Nah, we need y'all to come on. We gonna put this in. We need y'all to blow up them comments. We need y'all to like and share. We're not going anywhere because we're going to the air.
hey.
Hey!
We have a very, very exciting, interesting episode planned for you all next week. Can't wait for you all to see it. We have so many more plans going on. Continue to send us ideas, thoughts to help navigate this thing with us. And we're looking for, I forgot what I was going to say, sis. We can't, I forgot what I was going to say.
Look, we're so
Stop
real
the
on here.
stereo,
You need
cut
to
it
put
off.
down, you need to put down. We forgot what we're gonna say. What we're gonna say is like, share, and subscribe.